In this manual-only episode of Saturn Archives, I read up on Corpse Killer. To watch the full LP, check out the links provided, and stay tuned for video on the PS4 25th anniversary re-release, brah. Well, like usual, the cover just doesn't quite give you an idea of what the game's gonna look like. Because surely it's made with 3D polygons or sprites, right? It's not gonna look anything like these two drunk college guys trying to look out for each other. But it does provide a useful piece of information, and that's 20 or less games came out this year. Ah, that's a nice greeting. Welcome. The tropical island of Noir was once populated by a mysterious race with an advanced knowledge of the processes of life and death. The ruins of their villages bear mute testimony to the ancient science that still may be tapped deep... Tapped? Okay, yep, not trapped. Deep in the volcanic caves of the island. Dr. Hellman's breakthrough in resurrecting the dead relied on just such knowledge. And this is the map of the island. The walled city, known facetiously as Zombie Town, is what still remains of the lost race's largest village. Hellman's minions have converted it to their use, and it's swarming with bloodthirsty corpses. The critical battle locations in Zombie Town are the entrance gate, the swamp, the village, and the magnificent fortress. A most difficult 3-part siege to be undertaken only when fully prepared. The graveyard is your home base. If you don't protect it, zombies will come to raise the dead. The more they raise, the less likely your chances of surviving and getting to Hellman. There are other locations on the island which will be useful for gathering information and inventory. Go when you feel the need, but watch out for renegade zombies. And then we have this trying to get us immersed page here. Your orders, extreme top secret, followed by literally half a page of flavor text. I'm not going to read this. This doesn't mean anything. This is all gibberish. If there's a secret in here, I can't find it. Hell, I'm not looking for it. While we scroll on past this, you can take a look for yourself. And then we get to the sensible part. Proceed with Strike Force to Noir Matrix Delta Drop Zone and commence operation. Search and destroy belligerents. Fire at will. Locate and neutralize Dr. Elgin Hellman. Airstrike will proceed at successful conclusion. Anticipate significant and protracted resistance. Enlist aid of locals against hostiles if necessary. Like yourself, each of your men is supplied with a datapad access card programmed with unique and specific reference and strategic information. Everything you need to know is on those cards, which will be activated upon your arrival. On a personal note, Danny, don't get peeved about that new lieutenant I've assigned you. He kicked Saddam's butt all over the place in Desert Storm, and he's got that guts and glory special forces look in his eyes. You need this guy, Danny. If you fail, God help us all. Signed off com, Major General Harlan Scowcroft. Alright, tell me about this option screen. One thing that I thought was a little odd is this restore game. Not load game, not continue game, but restore game. And if that wording wasn't weird enough, consider the fact that this is an FMV game, which at the time are considerably short, and on top of that, a rail shooter, which at all times are considerably short. So the fact that you really need to load a game, that could be promising or worrying. And then we got this special multi-disc note. Corpse Killer Graveyard Edition is a 2-disc product. If you insert disc 2 and want to start a new game, you'll be asked to insert disc 1 and reset the system. You can restore save games that were saved from disc 2 by going to that option screen. If you attempt to restore a save game that was on disc 2 from disc 1, you'll be asked to insert disc 2. Thank you. Just in case you were a little unclear about how disc swapping worked, that laid it out nice and bare for you. Because this is a 2 CD product, sometimes you'll be asked to insert one disc or the other as you make progress through the game. Immediately after you rescue Fleming, your second Special Forces buddy, you will see the following screen prompting you to change to disc 2. Oh, by the way, thanks for the fucking spoiler. Anyways, what's this datapod you're telling me about? The Special Forces has issued you a handheld information and communication system. Use it when you have time in the graveyard. New datapod icons appear when you have uncovered new information or received new access card from a liberated soldier buddy. Use the D-pad to highlight an icon and press start to access information. And now the SatLink map. Use the satellite map icon, go to another location on the island, use the D-pad to highlight an icon on the map, and press start to go to that location. So we got options here. This isn't so on rails as you might have first thought. And then we got the battle screen. And boy, is this especially for rail shooters, this an overload of information. Now, as you can see, there's a lot of text on this screen. I'm not going to be scrolling over the text like I usually do, but I'm just going to keep the view focused on the screen example here, just so you can see where everything is I'm about to read off. So A, score. B, location bar. And don't worry, I'm paying attention. I realized that those were actually mislabeled. As you can clearly see, graveyard is not a score. And 130058, whatever that digit is clearly not a location. So you done fucked up. See? Health indicator. Your health is indicated by the health counter next to the heart. Because you were bitten and infected with zombifying poison when you landed on the island, your health is steadily deteriorating. If you let zombies get to you while battling, they'll bite you and you'll deteriorate faster. Get your health restored by earning Deterra Potion and shooting Health Mug power-ups. And then D, Hanja Root counter. E, Juju Stick counter. F, normal bullets. G, normal Deterra bullets. H, armor piercing bullet. I, armor piercing bullet with Deterra. J, Deterra bullet power-up, which is an icon, which is a thing that just falls through the battle screens. Health Mug power-up, another thing that just falls. Bobbing Skull voodoo spell, another thing that just falls. These obviously gives you more Deterra bullets. The Health Mug gives you more health. But the Bobbing Skull voodoo thing, it will put you under a brief voodoo spell if shot. So you want to avoid those. I think when I was doing the original LP and I didn't know, I'm pretty sure I was shooting those all the time, but I used cheats to get through the game, so who cares? And now we gotta learn all about your inventory. There's a lot more information than usual here, so let's get through this. Armor piercing or AP bullets can be found throughout the island. Packets of these bullets were airdropped with you and may be located via your data pod. AP bullets are more powerful than normal bullets, but supplies are limited. Deterra is a native plant from which Winston concocts special potions. You can choose to have Winston coat your bullets with powerful zombie-killing potion, or make you an antidote that will temporarily restore your health. The choice is up to you, so choose the strategy best suited to your needs. And those Deterra-coated bullets are much more effective against zombies than regular bullets or AP bullets. Use them when you're in trouble, and make sure you save an ample supply for battles with your zombified buddies in the fortress. And the bullets are the tiny thing on the end of the tong in this gentleman's hand, and not the gentleman, which is pretty much the focus of that picture, so don't get confused. Hanja Root is a Deterra power enhancer. It further increases the bullet potency. So this Hanja Root, we have the least amount of information on it, might as well be a mystery. And then a Juju Stick gives you special shielding powers against the onslaught of the black magic men. Juju Sticks protect from the bite of Reapers, Strawmen, and your zombie-ized Special Forces buddies. The screen flashes yellow when a Juju Stick has been used for protection. Jujus are used automatically as their magic wards off the evil spirits. And then these Babaku man bones are found around the island. Winston throws them for mystical interpretation. Listen to his advice. And now we got main characters. This is who we really want to learn about. You're the lieutenant. Be all you can be. That's all you need to know about you. Winston is a Rastafarian fortune hunter who came to K-Noir in search of buried treasure. He plans to use it to fulfill his fantasy and buy a Hummer all-terrain vehicle, well-versed in the rites of voodoo. Julie is a struggling journalist. She stumbled across the shocking Project Manpower in Washington, and the sordid trail of rumor and innuendo has led her to K-Noir. Nothing will stand in her way as she stalks the story of a lifetime. Pretty generic characters so far. Necrobiologist Dr. Elgin R. Hellman headed a top-secret Pentagon research team exploring the controversial fields of near-death experience, cryogenics, vampirism, ethnobiology, and morphology. He disappeared from public life when he was drummed out of the Pentagon a few years ago. And we got Magliano, Fleming, and Duffy. These are members of your Special Forces strike team. They don't have personalities, apparently. And they're led by the captain, Danny Cooper, DSC, Distinguished Service Cross, CMO, Congressional Medal of Honor, one tough son of a bitch. Despite all that text there, that's almost as much description as his crew got. But more interesting than that are the zombies. All the pictures on the side are mostly background, so they didn't even bother cropping these very well. Let's start with Dead Boys, with a Z. Street gang famous for their murderous assault on rival gangs and hapless tourists alike. Cult killers, not corpse killers. Crazed hippies who made the front pages with their lurid ritualistic killing sprees. The Electro Posse, electrocuted mass murderers whose deeds forever infamized Texas towers, post offices, subway cars, and fast food restaurants. Serial killers. They could be the guy next door. Their pleasant demeanors mask an unquenchable thirst for cold, calculated killing, one victim at a time. Mercenaries, former Death Squad members, these are the most disciplined of the gangs, Hellman's elite forces. Renegades, these unafflicted derelict dead dudes, roam around and may attack at any time. Watch out. And then we got Black Magic Men. Not to be confused with Winston, who is a magic black monk. I'm sorry. The Shadow Men. They are shadows that walk just like one of the on-screen zombies. The Shadow Men oscillate between white, good force and black evil. So you gotta go on to the next page here. Want to shoot them while they're white. If you shoot a Shadowman while white, he will implode and suck up all the black magic around him, destroying any zombies within range. If you shoot a Shadowman while he's black, you will lose health. Shadowmen cause the screen to flash red when hit as Dark Shadowmen. Blue when light. If shot while transitioning between good and evil, gray, the Shadowman will simply die without further effect. Then Black Magic Strawmen. Wild death totems with black magic power. If you shoot a black magic strawman with an uncoated bullet, regular or AP, you lose significant health. If shot with a Datura coated is really hard to say. I've had to cut so many slip-ups in this stupid recording. If you shoot him with one, he dies like a zombie. If you miss and he bites you while you're in possession of a juju stick, you're left unharmed. If you don't have a juju stick, you lose significant health. And Reapers, exotic black magic zombies with mud-encased heads. A juju stick will help protect you from Reapers. And that's it. There's not a whole lot here, but I mean, it's an FMV game, so it's going to fill us all in as we go. If you want to check out the full LP, which I've already done on the Saturn from ages ago, feel free to do so on my channel. Or stick around, because eventually I will be touching upon the re-release on the PS4. Thanks for watching this episode of Saturn Archives.